We all love a legendary comeback, and Degree Original Cool Rush is back and better than ever. Cool Rush isn't just a scent, it's a movement, a fan favorite that delivers bold, fresh vibes and all-day sweat protection. Whether you have a man that spends hours in the gym, heads into the office early, or is just trying to stay fresh on a long day, Cool Rush has their back. Head to your local Walmart or Target and grab Degree Cool Rush, the fan favorite scent from the world's #1 antiperspirant brand.
These are true payroll crime stories with your hosts, Brian Escobar and Walter William Duncan III.
Welcome back, folks, to another episode of True Payroll Crimes. Today, we're talking more about some prevention stuff and some beware things and trends that we're noticing out there, right? Mm-hmm. What's up, Walt? How you doing tonight?
What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? I'm good.
Hanging in there.
Excited for this episode, man. Yeah.
Dope.
And I know we've been in this lane of like cybersecurity, data, stuff like that, but I feel like it's so relevant in today and how we're going, how things are progressing. We'll get into that as the show goes, but yeah, man, I'm excited for this one.
No, I think you're right on time. And we felt like, oh man, we'll one time talk about and then that's it. But it's been to the point of what we're going to cover here. It's ramping up. Yep. And why it's so important in payroll. It's all coming together, man. You see how when you do the work, it just all comes together, right? Because I just shared earlier on TikTok about this random thought I had about payroll. And what I said was payroll at a higher level, payroll is moving data, right? We're moving data along. But at different points, we have to apply different logic, different requirements to that data.
Yeah.
What makes it hard is that it's at the individual employee level. The level of detail and exceptions and logic and requirements could literally be at each employee level. At best, we hope that it's in groups, it's in cohort, like we get what I call behaviors. It's probably not the right word, but it makes sense for me, right? That's my business. And I call it behaviors. And it's like different group, like your hourly and salary, for lack of those are different behaviors. Hourly people punch in, salary people don't. So they get different rules applied, and it's helped me make it easy to understand, you know what I mean? And apply different things. If payroll is ultimately moving data along through systems, within systems, out of systems, in spreadsheets, from spreadsheets to back and forth to spreadsheets and through, right? Clearly, we are the biggest threat for cybersecurity.
Absolutely.
And right. So this all makes so much sense. And I think that's why it just becomes a ringing alarm for us when we come across information and we're like, whoa, payroll folk need to know this and we need to be prepared. Perfect segue. Take us through what an article you came across that it concerned you, right? You were like, hey, we have to talk about this. Walk us through it.
This first note says business leaders and cybersecurity experts believe that a catastrophic cyber event is highly likely in the near future, as highlighted in the World Economic Forum report. This belief is supported by a survey where 93% of cyber leaders and 86% of cyber business leaders expressed concerns about geopolitical instability leading to such an event within the next 2 years.
Wow.
But one of the main things they said this is a concern for them is the unpredictability of cybercrime, because you never know what it's going to hit. Like that's what poses a major challenge here. Like it says, there's some recent incidents such as the cyber attack targeting a Ukrainian military base that unexpectedly impacted electricity all across Europe.
That's crazy. Wow.
So think about that. In a payroll sense, that goes to business continuity. Right?
Absolutely.
Disaster planning. So like people still want to have to get paid.
Still got to pay them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? People, like, if they have to relocate, they're going to have to get access to their funds to be able to purchase stuff for their families, their loved ones, or whatever. So you still have to figure out a way to process payroll and take care of these people in the midst of these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And again, that's what Sylvia was saying as a solve, or to keep in mind as a solve for last week's attack on BBC. Well, the attack was on something else, but BBC and a couple of big names in Europe got impacted by it. And then that's what she was saying, like disaster recovery is part of it. Because what if they cripple our electron? So maybe the whole, not even that. I was going to say, if they just attack one, what if somebody crippled ADP or whatever the big wig is in Europe, which was one of these companies, you know what I mean? Zealous, exactly. It's like they cripple them. How do you pay your people? You know what I mean? It's becoming that much. Before we're thinking, oh, this is weather related and disaster related, and we're not, it may, you, the frequency of which is not, it naturally does not happen often.
Yeah.
But cyber attacks is now the new disaster, and that could happen way more often than a tornado. Right? It's controlled chaos.
Hello, this is Michael Vandervoort from the Drive-Thru HR podcast, where we discuss ideas, trends, and activities that impact HR, talent, HR technology, and the workplace. Our focus is on expanding knowledge and igniting curiosity as we hear directly from people who are shaping the future of the HR industry. Join us.
And planned and strategized, like to the point of all these companies being, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
My point was going to be, everybody has to protect themselves. It doesn't matter, because we can't tell the unpredictability of it.
Yeah.
Every system that has tech involved, any business that has tech involved, unless you're selling oranges on the street, cash only, you're going to be impacted, right? Because if you're selling oranges and you use Zelle and you use a Squarespace and you use that, right? Boom, you're open to cyber threat. You know what I'm saying?
Look at these last 2 points. So the point number 4, cybersecurity threats are global in nature. I think that's a key point right there. So think about that attack that happened on Zealous, their third party Move It program that was attacked, that impacted people around the globe. That Move It program was based out of Massachusetts, right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So think
it's
about
a one
that.
world economy now. It's a global economy.
So that's what it says. Like, cybersecurity threats are global in nature and required a coordinated international response.
Yep.
So think about that. Like, the profitability of cyber criminal activities underscores the urgency for leaders to prioritize collective action. But that means, like, to your point, we globally have to work together to make sure that we fight against these different things. Think about from a global payroll standpoint, you're processing payroll for thousands, tens of maybe hundreds of thousands of people across the globe.
Yep.
So think about that, like how we have to protect them. And so, like, point number 5 it says the exponential growth of the cybercrime industry raises concerns about the potential impact of a future cyber attack. If cybercrime were considered a state or a country, its projected value would make it the 3rd largest global economy.
Holy crap.
Well, think about that.
That's insane.
If cybercrime were
a country,
or a country or a state,
it'd be number 3 in the world.
It'd be number 3 in the world.
That's insane.
So think about that. Like, as we're moving to more digital data, we're moving away from doing things like scanning stuff and stuff like that. We're going away from having hard signatures on stuff. We're doing digital stuff. We're doing all these different things digitally. Like, this thing is just, our data is what's going to have to be protected, man. So going on to what we have right here, how does this impact payroll? Number 1, it can impact people's pay, man.
Yeah.
The thing that
number 1 thing. Yep.
The thing that people work for, that their livelihood, the thing that they clock in and out for.
Yep.
Yeah. So imagine doing that and allowing their pay to be impacted because we didn't do our thing as a payroll professional or as a company to protect are people.
Mm-hmm.
And that moves on to our second point. Once you mess up somebody's pay, we had a stat in a previous show. After 2 paycheck errors,
I was thinking.
You break that trust with that person,
Yep.
and they're like, "Hey, that's like in a relationship.
Yep.
Hey, you only got so
Trust
many
is
strikes for
Yep.
some people. Hey,
Yep.
that's like 2 red flags. You're trying
Yep.
to court somebody and date somebody, and then you have 2 major red flags. You're like, I don't know if I can trust this situation." So that goes to the second point about trust. People will lose faith in the security that banks, companies, and governments can provide if they can't protect their information. And that goes to the third thing that I have here is data. PPI information, like other sensitive documentation. Think about that, all the stuff that some of these HCMs keep in there, right? You could have some health data on somebody. Think about that when a person puts their dependents on for medical or for the benefits. So most times you have to put your dependent social security number in the system as well.
Yep.
So think about that. Your entire family's information may be in your payroll provider's system, HCM. And if they're not careful and they put that out there, it can impact your whole entire family.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
They can have your health records, your family information.
Yep.
Like depending on what information is in the system, like they can, like if they uploaded your degrees or your certifications and they have access to all that stuff, man, they can have your whole life in the palm of their hand.
Life. Yep.
Your I-9 information. Like they can have everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It makes me think of what the blockchain is trying to do, and we become the masters of our data, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we hold it behind some secured environment, and we only release it to folks who are privy. But look, I would imagine just data being, again, back to my point, data, payroll is moving data. If we're always moving data, there's always going to be a threat possibility. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So,
and it works right in. And as you ended with how cybercrime is exponentially growing, it made me think of what else is growing, which it immediately made me think of another article I came across about paychecks.
Yeah.
And they did a study for AI adoption, and it's focused on employee well-being. Of course, you want to use AI how to retain your employees and keep them. You can't pay anybody if you don't got employees. So first things first is how do we keep our employees? Because retention has been like one of the top topics right now. And they're saying increase adoption of AI in HR. Survey indicates that a significant number of HR leaders in the companies, varying in sizes and plans, plan to utilize artificial intelligence in the next 12 months. More than 75% of HR leaders, at companies with 20 or more employees, so that's most companies in the country.
Adobe Acrobat Studio, so brand new. Show me all the things PDFs can do. Do your work with ease and speed. PDF Spaces is all you need. Do hours of research in an instant with key insights from an AI assistant. Pick a template with a click. Now your prezzo looks super slick. Close that deal? Yeah, you won. Do that, doing that, did that, done. Now you can do that with Acrobat. Now you can do that with the all-new Acrobat. It's time to do your best work with the all-new Adobe Acrobat Studio.
And 51% of companies at 5 to 19 employees, so even the bulk of the smaller ones as well, express intentions on implementing AI. The primary areas expected to be included are applicant tracking system. All of our personal information goes in that because you must provide it to get hired.
Yep.
And then assessing employee satisfaction, which could be very not important information. Hey, do you like this? Yes.
What I wouldn't, because I was just thinking when I just read that, and I was just like,
"Ooh, what do you?"
A person has access to, say, I'm a certified cyber hacker or whatever scammer, and I have access, and all I have is your name, your phone, and stuff like that. But I see there's a survey that says, "Oh, you're dissatisfied with your pay. You're dissatisfied with this." They'll use
You're right.
anything, man.
You're right. I
They'll
take
use
that back,
anything.
guys. I stand
Yeah.
corrected. My apologies.
They'll use
So
anything.
they plan to use this to include, again, primary areas where they want to use the AI, applicant tracking systems, and assessing employee information. That's just the beginning, right?
Yep.
And then again, evolving HR technology prioritize. HR leaders are prioritizing the adoption of HR technologies to increase employee productivity, improve employee experiences, support training and skill building. And additionally, there is a trend toward implementing new employee pay methods for increased wage access, such as the pay on demand and shorter payroll cycles. The role of HR is changing, with leaders focusing more on strategy and communication while leveraging the technology. So if that's where we're moving, but who's exponentially growing quicker? The cyber attacks. My bad. Go ahead.
No, to your point that I wanted to add, like that, this phrase in here, that in the last sentence, it says the role of HR is changing, with leaders focusing more on strategy and communication while leveraging technology. They're not the only ones trying to leverage that technology.
Exactly right.
So and while we're doing it in the HR and payroll fields, the cyber person is just sitting there. That's what they do. They're studying it. Think about how in tune we are with payroll, how dedicated, how focused you have to be in the payroll industry. Like, you have to be dedicated and focused. These people are that when it comes to cybersecurity and cyber hackers and stuff.
And they're better funded. Think about it. Think about how long it takes to change an HR system, to adopt. You know how long it's going to take for companies to. We haven't gotten digitized yet. Companies are not even done digitizing and being fully online in some digital manner. Now we're going to introduce AI. It's going to take them a while. It's going to take a while. The most aggressive company might be done in the next 12 months. But guess what? My point is, the cyber hackers, they don't have bureaucracy to adopt, to get approval, and they have trillions of dollars in their war chest, and they're going to develop this exponentially quicker than HR can fight it.
Yeah.
So we got to get a payroll folks, pay attention. Payroll.
Yes, exactly. Pay attention, because these people are looking for that chink in the armor.
Yep.
They're looking to see that weak point. That if you have that Achilles heel.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you have that weak point.
Could be a third-party vendor you're using. It could be some software you're using. Could be some connection, some API, something that's letting them in.
Think about it. They can have programs running, walk away and just have it running on your site 24/7, and then it just automatically just instills. Say they force a reset of. You talked about this in the last episode. Say they force a reset. They force you to reboot your servers. Or something like that. They force you to do something, and that's how they get in.
Yeah. I watch a lot of movies too, so I'm assuming that's how they get in. But no, it's true. And again, I'm getting worried right now, right? Because I'm thinking it's opportunity as well, folks, right? If you're young in the payroll game, this might be a time to start defining yourself as a cybersecurity expert, as well as being a payroll expert, because those two things are going to merge in the future. Those two things are going to be, that's going to be I already see a new job in HR, in payroll department, your cybersecurity
IT and payroll. HR,
right? You're going to have a cybersecurity person. HRIS is already IT for HR. It's your in-house HR people, right? And IT people. So all that, you add another person, you add a cybersecurity expert that's specifically.
The Use Case podcast is where technology vendors get to talk about themselves. And it's a wonderful place for vendors, investors, and practitioners to listen to the story of the solution, the features, the benefits, the attributes, etc. And we get to know the CEO or founder during the call, and we also get to know the tech. So subscribe to the Use Case podcast.
Monitoring all your HR all of your employee systems. It's a natural extension of HRIS and or payroll, depending on how that is organized in your company. It's a natural extension there that you have somebody that is concentrated on the systems that you're using and securing them accordingly, and working with IT. Like you said, you're partnering with IT, you're working with IT to make that happen as well. But I see that. So young folks, anybody folks, really, you're never too young to change. But if you want to get something new, here it is.
Yes, if you're working on something new, if you're developing your own thing, which Brian and I are developing our own thing. Security was at the forefront of our minds when we thought about this stuff. We were just like, how are we going to keep it secure? How are we going to keep it secure? How are we going to keep it secure? And yeah, two-factor is great, but I was talking to encryption is great, but given enough time, if somebody really wants to break into it, they can break into your stuff if they really want to work into that. So as many layers that you can create that doesn't become cumbersome to your people, then you put those blockers in place, put those firewalls or whatever it is in place to prevent these things from happening, because like business is all about trust. Right? At the end of the day, paying people, whether you're the business professional, whether you're the payroll professional, whatever it is, when you do these transactions, it's all about giving somebody, providing someone, whether that's an employee or a client, that's providing them with a result and processing their data and giving them the desired result at the end of the day. So, and if you fail to do that, they're going to probably go somewhere else. They're going to take their business, or they're going to take their employment.
It's like you said, the trust. Yeah, it's the trust. Because think about it. Why would I want to work for a company that can't secure my data and is getting attacked and they can't do their thing? You don't, again, it goes back to that whole, you don't care who messed it up. Your check is messed up. You don't care. And you're really depending on, I think about Adrian Resto and in the sentiment that he had, he's, my hands were responsible for paying all these people. He took it so seriously, man. He's so passionate and so serious about the impact that he is a part of in paying people. You know what I mean? And he's probably a great person to take on that cybersecurity role too, because he would be so worried about it. But most payroll folks are like that. We're so passionate about this. And again, we get it from folks all the time. Such an impact. I'm just looking at more numbers and billions and trillions of dollars, and cybercrime to cost the world $10.5 trillion annually by 2025. That's only 2 years away. Is it even 2 years? It's a year and a half.
Less.
A year and a half, folks.
So think about that. They're saying this is going to be a catastrophic. Protect yourself, protect your information, protect your family and your loved ones. Hey, have them subscribe to the podcast, listen to the podcast, and like really educate yourselves on how to protect your data and yourself when it comes to these cyber threats. Because it's not, like to your point earlier that you said in the show, it's on the employee level, it's on a personal level. It's, hey, we have to protect ourselves at home. First as well. And then we have to extend that protection to others when we go to our jobs. And we have to do that for other people. But protect yourselves, payroll people. This is information, yes, it's to help the payroll professional as a professional, but it's also to help you as a person. It's about payroll, but remember, it's about people.
About people. Love it. Love it. And that's a great way to end the show, folks. That is all we have for you. This is our True Payroll Crime series. We're trying to give some awareness. It's not only about telling the stories, but we want to empower you folks to be mindful, be proactive, be intentional about being proactive, because there are some threats. And again, as these cyber threats exponentially grow, HR is trying to adopt, HR and payroll folks, we're trying to actually adopt the technology too, but that puts us more at a threat. So we just have to put cybersecurity as your number one intention as we develop and grow with this technology. Yeah, man. Love it.
Absolutely.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, man. So thank you, folks. Exactly. Thank you, folks. We love you. Keep coming back. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to It's About Payroll. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep going.